Thanks for joining us. I'm Lauren Scafidi. To start off your 8 o'clock hour, we want to check in on developing news out of Denver. 3 people were shot overnight after a fight broke out. DPD says it happened just before the time change at 2. Police responded to a call about a fight, and when they got there, they heard gunfire. When they approached, they saw one person with a gun who they say would not put it down. One officer shot at him, but they don't know if he was injured because he ran away. They then found 3 other people shot. They were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No officers were injured. The critical incident team is investigating. DPD is asking anyone with information to call Denver Metro Crime Stoppers at 720-913-7867. Let's send things on over to Weather Impact meteorologist Carly Cassidy. Carly, when we turned the clocks back last night, we didn't also turn the calendar back. It is still November 2nd.
Right?
It doesn't feel like it.
It's a good reminder because exactly, it's not gonna feel like it. So good point there, because those temperatures, they are making their way to the upper 70s this afternoon. But yes, in the overnight hours, daylight saving time came to an end, 2 o'clock. Those clocks went back, so it will be getting darker earlier, and also that sunrise was earlier this morning. So we are losing 2 minutes, 20 seconds of daylight per day, but at least we got that extra hour of sleep in those overnight hours. And then this morning and earlier this morning, we woke up to that sunrise, sunshine all the way across. It's a beautiful start this morning. Blue skies and temperatures not too bad either. It's fairly mild. Already in the mid 50s, 60s, and 64 in Centennial, and we just continue to climb from there. So those temperatures just continue to make their way into the 70s by lunchtime, 78 for this afternoon. Again, the calendar, as Lauren was saying, still November 2nd, just not feeling like it. And then for this evening, coming back down, nice and comfortable. So whatever your plans are, definitely get outside and enjoy. And with that 78 degrees in the forecast, I think we're gonna tie the record set back in 2008 of 78 degrees. So it's the above average temperatures, not just today, but our entire extended forecast. Starting November, awfully warm. We have a little bit of some wind, that breeze hanging around, and then those dry conditions. So we'll talk all about those details and the temperatures across the state in my full forecast.
All right, thank you so much, Carly. This weekend marks 70 years since the deadliest plane crash in Colorado history. For the last 7 decades, there's been no permanent memorial for those who died when a plane that left from Stapleton Airport was blown up by a bomb. 9 News reporter Evan Krugel was there as the victims of that plane crash were finally honored.
Thomas L. Croach.
At the base of the old Stapleton Flight Tower, hundreds gathered for a long-awaited goodbye to the victims of Flight 629.
The victims of United Flight 629 will not be forgotten.
November 1st marks 70 years since 44 people were killed when a flight from Denver to Oregon exploded and crashed over farm fields in Weld County. The FBI would later learn 23-year-old Jack Gilbert Graham had placed dynamite and a timer in his mom's luggage as part of an elaborate plot to collect life insurance.
On the Day of the Dead, November 1st, 1955, my parents were blown up by a maniacal murderer.
Susan Morgan was just 12 when her mother and father were killed.
To me, what happened to me marked me as different and separate for the past 70 years, and that's been just a private truth.
70 years later, she still doesn't know exactly what happened.
No, I don't, and I'm going to keep it that way. It really is true, every single detail I have some kind of vivid nightmare about, so I just don't do it.
Turn on belt.
The Denver Police Museum helped create a permanent memorial listing the victims' names outside of Flightco Tower. More than 100 people, including family members like Susan, were flown in to see it. She says it's nice to know people still care, but says nothing will ever change how that flight impacted her life.
Nothing brings closure, and I don't need closure. I've given up on it. I have made a life for myself that I feel I'm lucky to have.
That was Evan Krugel reporting. The crash led to several changes in the airline industry, including a current law which makes crimes committed in the sky a federal offense. It also changed how airline security worked, leading to much stricter checks on luggage. Halloween celebrations turned deadly at a party in western Colorado this weekend. 2 people were killed in a shooting that broke out at a house party in Mesa County. This happened just before midnight on Friday at a home in Clifton. It's a town near Grand Junction. The Mesa County Sheriff's Office says responding deputies found 2 people with serious injuries. They were taken to the hospital where they later died. No word yet on any suspects. Closer to home, a teenager is in custody after a drunken street race killed a man in Aurora over the weekend. Aurora police responded to a scene on East Alameda Parkway and South Chambers Road. Officers found a car rolled over with 3 people inside. Police say the driver and a teen passenger were taken to the hospital. They are expected to be okay. Another passenger died at the scene. Police say the driver was street racing on Alameda when he lost control and went off the road. Police say he then hit a store sign and rolled over. Police say he was under the influence of alcohol. He was also driving with a revoked license for a previous DUI. Looking ahead, do not forget that Election Day is this Tuesday. It is too late to mail your ballot for next week's election. You must drop it in a drop box or vote in person. 9 News has made it really easy for you to find more information about what's on your ballot. Just text the word VOTE to 303-871-1491. We'll send you back a link with our election guide. Taking a live look over the U.S. Capitol, the government shutdown is inching closer to becoming the longest in American history. And as we start day 33 of the shutdown, nearly 42 million Americans, including 600,000 Coloradans, are without their food stamp benefits. Right now, food banks all across the country are working to help feed people who face a lot of uncertainty right now. 2 federal judges ruled that the Trump administration must use emergency funds to pay for SNAP. Now, a federal court is giving the government 2 options. It can either make a full payment by tomorrow or partial payments by Wednesday. However, it's still unclear when recipients may see their next round of benefits. If you have money left over on your SNAP EBT card, you can still use it. Any unspent benefits will roll over and still be accessible. Funds do expire if they're left untouched for several months, but states are required to provide a 30-day notice before that happens.